And all right, we're good to go. It's recording.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, everyone of YouTube. Um, hope you're ready to and listen to this video. We are about to talk about something that we don't normally talk about, but this is very important. And to help me on this video, I have my good friend Roy Rhymes and Rogue here to
Hey
help me
there.
out talk about this new epidemic that's affecting everyone in the world right now,
hmm
the, the coronavirus. And
Exactly.
now I know a bit about this, but I'm going to let Roy or Rogue start the floor as we talk through this video, as we're going to hit our points, what to do to avoid the situation, and if any of you have it, what to do to make sure your loved ones don't get it. So, yeah. So, if whoever one of you wants to start, go for it.
Well, what I have to say mostly is don't panic. Um, it's not like the end of the earth or anything. People are looking into a cure for it, so there's no reason to panic. We have scientists, we have everything that can solve it. But I mean,
hmm
like, if you really want to protect your family, this is actually a time to actually be a hero, like Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a hero for everybody. Captain America and Spider-Man's uncle said, "Great power comes with great responsibility." It's our responsibility to wash our hands, look after our loved ones.
Y-
So,
yes.
Because to be honest, the best way to help limit the spread of this is just basic hygiene. I mean, wash your hands frequently, sneeze to your elbow, and yeah, that's good. To couple good things. A good start to keeping yourself from spreading or getting from contracting coronavirus. If you're already infected, one of the things you should be doing is also using a face mask because they want to spread it to anyone else. And to contradict things about like some places, people were panic buying face masks. In most cases, it won't prevent the spread. Well, won't help prevent you from getting it because it's only a measure that is put in place if you're sick. Like, for example, if you visit a hospital, if you have the flu or the cold, they have you wear a mask because that limits you from spreading your whatever you have to the hospital, and it especially if you're coughing.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, cover your mouth if you're coughing. I mean, like, sure, sometimes when I cough, I can't catch it in time, but you can lean your head in the other direction and use your shoulder.
Yep, your arm or shoulder exactly. So
Um, One thing to do too is it says to sing a 20-second song. It doesn't always
hmm
have to be happy birthday.
exactly
There's
true.
other songs out there you can sing twice. Like, I don't know,
Exactly.
narwhal. If you if you got narwhal stuck in your head,
Exactly. That true. Yeah, I mean
or
when I yeah,
you could
I mean that
say, uh, this is the song that never ends because it gets stuck in your head and like You just keep singing it.
Exactly.
It's 20 seconds. You just got to set on your phone 20 seconds, set on your watch 20 seconds so you know you've washed your hands for 20 seconds.
Exactly, and that actually brings up the point of how I learned to wash my hands properly, because I've worked at various kitchens, dining halls, places where sanitation and hygiene are number one. One reason I was taught to one of the ways I was taught to actually make sure I wash my hands long enough, 20 seconds, is saying the birthday song twice. But that's just the simplest one that everyone knows, that isn't won't be stuck in your head all day like the normal song or never ending song. So in some cases that song might get stuck in a loop, but yeah, any song that's like 20 seconds is good enough, because you want to make sure you wash your hands for long enough to make sure that all the germs are off. And also, one thing I learned is when you turn off the faucet, if it's not a light sense, that's not a sensor faucet. Don't turn it off till after you've dried your hands, and with the paper towels you use to wash your hands with, turn off the faucet, because that'll also help prevent the spread of germs and whatnot. So
Yes.
another thing I learned in my time in the food service. So that definitely will help out with keeping this pandemic down dramatically. So and also, one thing you can do is uh just make sure you're getting a lot of vitamin C, because that vitamin C really boosts your immune system.
Oh, most definitely. Vitamin C is very important.
Exactly.
I eat a lot of fast foods, and I know a lot of people out there do the same thing, but I got to think about my family, so I got to eat healthy and work out everything just to stay healthy so I can know that my family's healthy.
True. It's always good to eat healthy. I mean, but the two vitamins that true, because the healthier you are, the less likely coronavirus will have an impact on you. Because so far, all the deaths from this virus has been from people with weak immune systems.
Or
So
that are not washing their hands.
true. Wash your hands. I was just talking about the how can I say this? The people that have died from this, because it's like right now it's like 1 to 2%. But anyways, back on the current topic. Yeah, I'll let you continue, Roy.
I was going to let John have his input.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah,
John?
John, you have.
Well, the coronavirus is also in my country, Canada. They've heard if you have it, it's important to self-isolate yourself for at least two weeks, 14 days in total. And make sure, like what you guys said, is proper hygiene and keeping your family safe from getting it. Now, the coronavirus is a respiratory cold, something similar to pneumonia. So it affects your
That's what I've
lungs
heard. Yes.
and your breathing. Some people think it's flu related, flu related, but it's actually respiratory. Um,
Mm-hmm.
as a person who has asthma myself, I would not recommend, and being very careful about this to whoever has this right now. There is, in the places, there's your hospital. So if you feel ill, get yourself checked out. It's
Mm-hmm.
important to get yourself checked out, get vaccinated, see if you're okay. And if it's a mild version, stay home, self isolate yourself for a few days until you feel better. It's important.
Just to make sure. I mean, if you do have
Yes.
coronavirus, you do have to self isolate for about 2 weeks. That's how long this virus runs. How long the oh my want that's how long it takes to for it to run its course. There we go. That's how I would say it.
Mm-hmm.
So okay.
Anyways, like,
Which is like
like to
everyone's saying. Like everyone's saying.
go ahead, Roy.
So anyway, what everyone's getting at is please make sure you wash your hands. It's in your power to stop this corona.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a pandemic, and if you're in an area where it hasn't been hit by coronavirus, well, I used to be in one of the few states in the U.S. that didn't have it, but then last night found out that there was 4 cases in my area. So,
Wow, you have more than me. I only have 3 cases in my
uh,
city.
true. I mean, grant those 4 are spread out through the state, but 3 of them are within a 2-3 hour like within a 400-mile radius of where I live. So I think that's one good thing about my area is that I live in an area that's surrounded by mountains. So and it's not really populated. But on the other hand, the mountain valley I live in is just north of Yellowstone National Park, which is a big tourist attraction. So
Roy, do you have any input?
My input is just um say I go to the gym, okay? Because I have a physical trainer. Even though they have everything cleaned off and people clean off the equipment after they're done, you can still catch it or
Oh yeah.
anything. That's what I'm saying. It's like even though you have hand sanitizer, you still have to wash your hands because
mm-hmm.
the hand sanitizer just has it to watch any bacteria or whatever you might have on your hands, like when you throw out the
Exactly.
trash.
That's
Eh,
mm-hmm.
So you got to keep that in your mind. Always wash your
Yeah,
hands.
exactly. Because yes, hand sanitizer can do the trick if you're nowhere near a faucet or running water, but still, try to wash your hands oh, often, not as frequent as you can, but often, because
Yes. Just stay safe out there, everyone.
yep. Because now, well, now in the U.S., there's been a lot of governors and counties that are now limiting mass gatherings to like anywhere from 500. Well, in New York, I think it's 1,000. Some places it's 500. Places like Seattle is 250. And the lowest I've seen is in New Mexico, which they've limited to 100 people. So, and this has affected things like so most of these bans are in effect for like at least 30 days, but it's affected things like sporting events. Currently, the NBA and NHL have suspended their seasons, and I believe the XFL as well.
Yeah,
And
because they always have to travel, and that could lead them to.
exactly,
And
exactly, and with the NBA, when one of the team members on the Jazz caught it, that's when they automatically suspended the season because that happened. So yeah.
So, one thing I just want to add, if you're going to travel to anywhere, to make sure you take a shower after you just finished visiting your loved ones' areas, or because it still could be
e-
on your clothes.
exactly. And
On, I mean, like sometimes uh, there are people that are cautious. Pull out your sleeve if you're wearing a hoodie like me, and
mhm.
grab like a door to open it up.
that
But
would, sorry.
also, so if you do that, if people do that, make sure you turn your hoodie inside out and throw it in the washer.
Mhm.
I do that. I'm that type of person who doesn't like, since I'm a germaphobe. I don't like. I always seem
Mhm.
to wipe door handles down, like I clean them off, or I open them with my hoodie or my glove or my so my skin doesn't make contact with the door handle.
Mhm.
But it is an interesting trick on how to door. But most importantly, yes, what Roy is also saying, I agree with you. This Roy, um, if you do come back from a friend's place, even though if they don't have it, or a family's place, it's important to shower afterwards,
Mhm.
and because now showering, keeping yourself good hygiene now is going to be very important, very important.
Exactly. And I should add to that, especially with cons, because there's a couple cons going on. I mean, some have already been canceled due to the restrictions, but the one thing I've always followed, the one rule I've always followed at conventions is the 6-2-1 rule. 6 hours sleep, 2 meals, and one shower every day. So, because I do cosplay a lot at conventions, and
Uh,
that's one thing I make sure to do. Not only for because I might sweat in the costume for like 5-6 hours, but also helps prevents the spread of germs because uh, I lost my train of thought. But
well,
Uh,
that's especially if you that's something to remember when you're going to a con is make sure you always wash your hands. At least taking a one shower every night, maybe 2 showers. I don't know, and just make sure you always keep your hands clean and don't cover your mouth when you sneeze or cough.
yeah, Roy.
oh, I have said everything that I need to say. Is just the power is yours. Great power comes with great responsibility. You got to keep that in mind.
Yes.
Hmm.
It is the future we are going through. So yeah.
Exactly. And and also one thing I want to say is that because I've seen this in the last 20, 24, 36, 48 hours is that people are panic buying things. Like yesterday I went to my grocery store. The whole toilet paper aisle was sold out. Like it was just nothing left. And they were also working on the paper towels too. Like just like a quarter of the what they normally stock is was still there. But Yeah, there's something I kind of don't get, but also something you shouldn't be doing right now because, like, right now it's killing a kind of a short supply of paper towels. Because with this coronavirus epidemic, there's some things that no are going to be a shortage of. Like, example, I tend to build computers, and because of this, because coronavirus has hit some of the major manufacturing hubs of electronics in China,
Mhm.
that chores makes sense. But if no, running out of things like toilet paper, food, stuff like that, that to me is taking a little bit extreme, and you shouldn't because if you're buying like 12, 15 cases of toilet paper, then the person that's going in to pick up a pack of toilet paper because they're out goes in, they don't have, there's none left. Well, that kind of creates an issue. Same with hand sanitizer and face masks too, because that's the reason why I said no, face masks don't really help you from catching it, but it helps prevent the spread because people all were just constantly buying up face masks to the point where they were on
Yeah,
shelves and there's like
I want to add something to the face masks. If you guys have wearing face masks or anything, you and you're isolating yourself, make sure you also use wipes to clean it off.
Yes, I agree with you. And if you're isolating yourself, like if you're like sitting in your room, just relaxing, trying to get over it, and you're just talking on your like your phone or your computer or touching anything in your room, clean your stuff off when you're done.
exactly that's getting some like Clorox disinfecting wipes will help out that way. So,
Because you don't want either your
but
roommate, family, or your roommates or wherever you live getting sick.
mhm. Exactly, yeah, because most likely, especially nowadays, you're not, living alone. If you live alone, well, that's good if you're self-quarantined because not getting anyone sick. But if you live with your family or with roommates, well, there's kind of no way of, keeping yourself in one room. So, yeah, that's a good idea to keep the spread down. Is everything you touch, kind of use disinfectant spray or disinfecting wipes, so you don't spread the coronavirus.
Because I remember when H1N1 was going around
Mhm.
quite a few years ago, and that was really bad.
It
My
Yeah, it
brother,
was. Yeah, I actually caught it at school, so I was in high school at the time, and
yeah, that's
I
a flu one.
exactly, yeah. I believe I just touched the only things I touched at the time was uh drinking fountains, which I think from that I decided just carrying a water bottle around with me and filling that up instead of just drinking from a water fountain because actually, yeah, yeah, that's another thing that you know I don't know. Would using a reusable water bottle be one of those um, precautions to keep the spread of coronavirus down?
Yes, yes, because that's also why some schools are closing down because there's faucets in their school areas. So whoever may have it
Hmm.
in the school that touches the faucet and doesn't wipe it off could cause something.
Exactly. I mean, and I know that more schools are installing, oh, at least at my university when I was going there, they were just installing these water fountains where you can put a water bottle underneath the fill faucet and it just automatically fills up, so you don't have to touch anything, which if you have one of those where you work at your school, take advantage of that because that will limit the surface you have to touch for possible spread of germs and
My
whatnot.
gym
So
has those type of water fountains. You put the bottle onto the touchpad and it fills it up from the top, so your hands don't have to drink the
hmm
faucet.
exactly.
Speaking of gyms, they're closing every single one of them down in my city come this Monday.
Yeah, because no,
That sucks.
it does, yeah, because but it's hopefully it's to contain the spread of this and with the
Obvious, yes.
and exactly and in theory, given enough time, it should keep it from spreading and hopefully stave off the virus. But like I said, right now there's a lot of unknowns with coronavirus. Like for example, we don't know if it'll survive when it warms up because some viruses, like flu virus and cold virus, they strive in the when it's cold. Hence why every winter you're supposed to get a flu shot. In the summer, the cases of flu decreases heavily. So, but like I said, we don't know that information. Scientists are still trying to figure this out. And as a result, we have a lot of bans in place. Like schools are kind of being dismissed for like 2 to 3 weeks. And I know most of them are getting out for spring break, so they're extending a spring break. I know from my university, they've taken the precaution of making all of the classes that they can online and canceling all physical classes, which the time they did that didn't make sense, but after learning about where the new cases are, it kind of makes sense.
Hmm.
Yes.
I think I'm all out of what I have to say.
Uh, yeah. Same here. I mean,
Yeah, just
yeah.
the power
I mean,
is yours, and it's us that needs to be the hero now to.
exactly. And it's pretty easy to do that. I mean, it's just basically things that you do every day for hygiene, just making sure wash your hands regularly or more often, and make sure you're cautious before you touch in the public, like at Walmart, like for example, Walmart or the grocery store, since that's where everyone in an area tends to go for shopping. And I believe some Walmarts actually provides disinfecting wipes to wipe down your cart when you get it, so you can utilize that, and hopefully the spread should be kept down. Okay, sorry about that. I'm sorry. I'm okay. So I'm sorry. I just tend to go on about things, and yeah. So,
It's
anyways, that's
okay,
what.
Rogue.
uh, yeah. How long has this been going on for?
I can tell you right now. Almost 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Well, okay. Yeah, we probably should be wrapping up. So, and
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
already
yeah.
said everything we need to. So,
Yeah.
So the responsibility is to wash your hands, and it's your time to be a hero to protect the ones you love.
Yes.
yeah.
Most.
Basically, yeah. Wash your hands. Keep hygiene, and also if you can, don't panic buy because that just puts a lot of pressure on people and doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay, everyone. I was John. That was Roy, and that was Rogue. Stay safe out there. Remember good hygiene. And if you do have it, if you are infected, self isolate yourself. Clean off the stuff you touch so your family doesn't get it, and be safe. Okay, stay frosty, my friends, and we'll all see you in the next video. Bye bye. And where do I end this? Oh, yeah.